Good Monday to everybody in COM 710. Welcome to week, boom, bam, 11. We have passed the halfway mark, that is with module week plus a week. And we're now heading into the backstretch of the semester. Coming up on the last month. I'll drink coffee to that. Much better. Okay, now I am most certainly sufficiently caffeinated. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Hope your semester this week is going well. You know, you sort of get back into the swing of things after the break. Okay. I do not have a review of your answers for week 10 discussion because they're still due. I'm making this video on the 24th instead of the 25th because I need to do things a little bit earlier this week. I'll explain here in just a second. But I do have all of the discussion questions graded for weeks 1 through 8. And, you know, I spoke with a couple of people earlier today that had not responded to classmates or answered questions and didn't get the points they were hoping for. And they said, oh, can I do it again? And no. Okay. As I said several videos ago, modular week, spring break was the cutoff for weeks 1 through 8. So now we still have weeks 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've got 6 more weeks. Make sure that you're answering the questions. Make sure that you're responding to your classmates. Okay. All right. A couple of things that need your attention this week. First and foremost, today, March 24th, your third presentation is due. All right. Make sure that you get that in. I will post your I see your third. I'm sorry. Your second presentation is due. I'm trying to give anybody a heart attack. Your second presentation is due. I will post your third one this week, and that will be due at the end of the semester. All right. So make sure that you get that second presentation finished, get it in today. Speaking of the end of the semester, all right, the last week of class is April 28th. And it's weird. Technically, the last week of the class is on a Saturday. It's April 3rd, but I'm not going to be, doing anything on a Saturday. So really, the last day of class, I said April 3rd, May 3rd. The last day of class is May the 2nd, okay, which is a Friday. All right. It will be in that week, the week of April 28th, that your papers will be due and that your third presentation will be due. Okay. So make sure that you get the second one in today because it's due. I might even have them graded and turned around by the end of this week. I hope so. All right. And then I'll post your assignment for the third one. Okay. A couple of things to announce to you. Well, you know what? Let's take a real quick look at the module, though. We're going to go back into Vernon, all right? And you're going to start reading the textbook, her dissertation again, all right? And that's going to be chapters 2 through 6. And in these chapters, I want you to pay attention in particular to methodology, how it is that she goes through her sources, what questions she asks, what questions might she have asked, all right? When you read articles, and you read books and you read dissertations, be as critical about the methodology as you are, maybe even more so than the content. Good research will stand or fall and attract attention or not based on how it's executed. You can take some of the most compelling and interesting of data, and if you handle it clumsily, that will significantly diminish the authority of your argument and the impact that you're trying to make. So that's what we're doing this week. We're looking at somebody else's stuff and we're asking some critical questions. Okay, that's what you're doing. Okay, so now the announcements. So as I have said many times before, I have to step out of the country to get some work done. I'll be leaving this weekend. All right. And I will be quiet. I will not be in Canvas. I really don't know what my email access is going to be from April 1st, excuse me, the 1st of April to the 8th of April. So those 7 days. Now, before I go, that is this week, I will post the modules and the readings for the next 2 weeks out from week 11. So I'll post the modules, the readings, and the discussion questions for weeks 12 and 13. All right, so you'll have those to work on. Between the 1st of April and the 8th of April, I'm going to strenuously avoid being online. I'm in a situation in which I don't really have great connections anyway, and it's not to my advantage to be online. Right. On the other side, excuse me, of April 7th, 8th, I will have access to email, so I'll be checking in. But during that time, the 1st to the 8th, I will not be getting into Canvas. So if you have questions, if there's something that you really would like to have clarified about, say, your first presentation or the second presentation or part 1 of your paper or your discussion grades or anything like that, please try to get a hold of me this week. All right. I'm in my office Wednesday and Friday, but I may be around Tuesday, Thursday. If you email me and we make an appointment, I might be able to do that. Okay. But otherwise, for the next 2 weeks, you will not get a video from me. Can I think I can set the announcement up to go out at the beginning of the week, and I don't have to be, jumping into Canvas. So maybe I'll do that. Okay. All right. Everybody, you doing well? We're about 5 weeks out from a 16-week endeavor. Okay, so we got like a third of the class left. Right, hang in there. Continue to work on your papers. Make sure that you finish and turn in your second presentation. That's due today. Right, I've got to go do a little bit of work outside of the work we do here. But I will be back. All right, and I'll be thinking about you. I'll be praying about you while I'm gone. And when I come back, not between April 1st and April 8th, then I will see you on Canvas. Okay, everybody. Thanks very much. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.